Hello everyone and namaskar. I am Pallavi from Talent Battle and today we are learning how to frame questions in English. What kind of questions are asked in English to gain an answer? What is its formula and what are the examples? So without a further delay, let's get started. Please make sure that you attend very carefully because WH and H questions are very important whenever you speak or whenever you want to communicate in English, right? For any language, if you want to really have a conversation or if you really want to communicate, the first and foremost thing that everyone needs to do is basically learn to ask questions. Now, questions can be close ended or open ended. So, there are two types of questions: close ended, open ended. Close ended questions are the ones which have answers yes or no. A simple example is: do you love coffee? Yes or no, right? But if you ask, what do you prefer? The answer can be, I prefer coffee than tea. So it will be a sentence answer. Close ended questions are the ones which basically have answers or gain answers yes or no. But the WH and H questions are the ones which basically give you a sentence as an answer. All right. Every language has their own sets of questions. Hindi has all questions starting from K, Marathi has all questions starting from K, but English has questions starting with WH or H. So let's understand what the questions are and how do we use them. So the definition goes like this: types of questions that are asked to gain answers or reply from a person. So when you expect an answer or when you expect a reply, you ask question from WH or H. Answer as in a brief answer. It's not about answer yes or no. Then you can ask a close-ended question. But if you want to answer, for example, how are you feeling today? Now here you can't give an answer yes or no. You have to give a full sentence answer. I'm feeling fantastic, I'm feeling low, I'm feeling disappointed, whatever the answer is. But if you ask question, does she have brain or does she have keys of the car? Then the answer will be yes or no. In English, all the type of words that start with WH and H are questions. Okay? Type of question depends on the answer that you expect. Every question has a hidden answer. So it depends upon what kind of question you ask to get the answer. And believe me, this is the communication key. If you are able to ask perfect question, you will get a perfect answer, the answer that you expect. If the question is wrong, you might not get the answer that you expect. Then you have to keep on asking questions. And this happens in interview also. If a person has asked you some abstract question as in a very weird question which you might have not heard about it, take time and think and answer. Even after that, it might happen that the person or the interviewer might not get the perfect answer. What he will do, he will ask you one more question based on that. In a way, he is wasting his and yours time as well. But if he asks a perfect question, then you will always give a perfect answer. That's a said and done rule. Nobody will give an answer if the question is perfect, there cannot be an imperfect answer. A perfect question will always have a perfect answer. Now, what do you mean by perfect? As in correct question. Simple. If you want to ask, what do you do in your leisure time? That is free time, time pass. What do you do for time pass? Now, question बहुत simple है, right? Now, इसी जगह, if I ask you, what do you do in the evening? The question, I will not get the answer of leisure time. I will get the answer of, for example, I go to work or I come back from work or I study on my laptop. You'll get several answers. Maybe you expect an answer, a hobby of his or her, but the question was wrong. So if you ask a question, what is your leisure time, or what do you do in your leisure time, or what do you do in your free time, then you will get the perfect answer about their hobbies, right? So that's what I'm talking about. If you want to get a perfect answer, you need to ask perfect questions. So WH next question, words and answers. So we are going to quickly see the list of words and what they exactly give you. So what kind of answers do you get when you ask a particular question? What? Now when you ask someone what, you get an answer as a verb, okay, or a thing. So, simple example, what are you doing? I am reading a book, or I am watching a video, right? Or what do you want? I want a pen. So, pen here is your object, right? So, it can be verb, action, or thing also. All right. So, whenever you ask a question, what, you get an answer as verb or thing. What is also kya in Hindi? Why? Now, why is Q, which is reason. So, whenever you ask why, you get an answer as a brief answer, which is reason. कि मैंने ये क्यों किया, right? So, whenever you expect an apology, whenever you expect a reason behind someone's mistake or reason behind someone's action, you ask question why. When? When? Kab? Time or date? Time, day, month, everything will come in that. So when are you moving to Delhi or Dubai? I will be moving in next year, or I'll be moving in 2025. So whatever the answer is. So whenever you want an answer based on time and date, you ask question when, which is kab in Hindi. Where? Kaha? Place. Okay. Now here it's not necessary that the place has to be a particular country, city, or something. It can be corner, it can be bedroom, it can be behind the curtains, anything. So WH and H questions depends upon what answer you expect. Accordingly, you will get the question. The next one is which. Okay. So कौन सा या कौन सी, person, place, animal, thing, कोई भी आंसर आपको मिल सकता है. So which manager did you meet, or which position do you like? Okay, so which person do you like, आपको कौन सी position पसंद है? So I like CEO और manager, जो भी आप सवाल का जवाब दोगे. So which is कौन सा या कौन सी. Who, name of the person. Who did you meet, or who do you want, आपको कौन चाहिए, right? So I want to meet XYZ person, I want to meet the president, or whatever the answer is. So who, you get the name of the person. Okay, so who do you want to meet? I want to meet your sister, relation भी हो सकता है. Okay, so if the person is asking you the question, who do you want? I want your sister. Or who do you want to meet? I want to meet your sister or brother or uncle or aunt or mom or dad, जो भी है. So, whenever you need an answer as a person's name or a person's relation or a person's status or something like that related to you, you give an answer. You ask a question who. Who matlab kaun. Whom, again name of the person. Whom did you give the parcel? Kisko parcel diya. So, kisko, yeah, that is something which is whom. Yeah, whom are you talking to, किससे बात कर रहे हो, किससे, किसको, these all are whom. यहाँ पे भी you will also get the answer as name of the person. So whom के लिए also you will get answer as name of the person. Whose, again name of the person or a possessive pronoun. Now why? For example, whose bag is this? It can be, it is Riya's bag, okay, or it's Sharva's bag. Or whose friend are you? I am his friend. His possessive pronoun हो सकता है. Or she is mine. So she is mine. When you say mine, that means whose is she, or whose sister is she? She is mine. So again possessive pronoun. Whose, kiska. And how. Now how has many different angles, but basic things that you get from that is adjective or verb. Okay. So how do you do it? You give a procedure which is again involves verbs. Or how are you feeling? I'm feeling fantastic, which is an adjective. So this is very basic, adjective and verb. You can also change, the question might change depending upon what are you asking. So let's repeat once again. What, kya, why, क्यों, when, कब, where, कहाँ, which, कौन, या कौन सा या कौन सी, who, कौन, whom, किससे, किसको, all of that. Whose, किसका, किसकी. So how is कैसे, कैसे. Okay, so कैसे कर लेते हो या कैसे हो, कैसे. Formula. So as I say, everything has a formula, but wait before you understand the formula. Now the formula which I have given are a base. They are not the only formula that you will use. These are like base that I've provided. You will have to build up your own questions or your own formulas based on what you want to ask. WH word plus helping verb plus subject plus main verb plus object. Another formula is WH word plus main verb plus subject. It might happen that every time you won't need a subject, you can also use directly the object also. It is completely correct and fine. Negative formula WH word plus helping verb plus subject plus not plus main verb plus object. Let's move forward with the examples and the rules as well. Okay, these are very basic rules that I have written. Questions are mostly asked to second or third person. It can happen that you ask for yourself. Mostly they are asked for you, he, she, it, or they. Okay. Sometimes it can be I, sometimes it can be we also. All right. Exception is when question asked to self. So self questions when you usually ask when you are self doubting. Otherwise you don't. Formulas may not work in all cases. Sometimes the arrangement of words might change. So the formulas that I have given are a base. They are not confirmed formulas. That's not exactly this will happen. Okay, because questions do need to change the formula as per the requirement. Sometimes the object is not needed at all. हाँ ये भी हो सकता है. Sometimes object is not needed at all. Who are you? Okay, so who are you doesn't need any subject. Who are you or how are you related to Mansi? ऐसा होता तो it would be subject. But who are you doesn't have, or who's this doesn't have any uh, subject or object. It might happen that sometimes the subject is not there, sometimes the object is not there. WH and H questions are asked only if we expect answer in brief. Very correct. Yes and no के लिए WH questions नहीं पूछे जाते. Please make sure and please understand that. WH and H questions are called as open-ended questions because you get an answer in brief. Okay, so you get an answer in 2, 3, or 4 lines or one-liners. It's not only 1 or 2 words. Hence, they are called as open-ended questions. Examples. Let's go forward with that. Okay, so now what I have done is I have not written all the tenses for all the questions. What I have done is just pick up and randomly picked up and written the words. What? क्या? What did you throw? तुमने क्या फेंका? What is he not ordering for lunch? वो lunch के लिए क्यों order नहीं कर रहा है? What will Supriya get as incentive? Incentive के तौर पे सुप्रिया को क्या मिलेगा? Okay. When? कब? When does she not come to office? वो office कब नहीं आती? When were they drafting letters? वो letters कब लिख रहे थे क्योंकि were है. When will you be solving the question? तुम questions कब solve कर रहे होगे? Why? क्यों? Why is he sad? वो दुखी क्यों है? Why are you shouting in the class? तुम क्लास में क्यों चिल्ला रहे हो? रहे हो क्योंकि are you मतलब continuous tense में आया है, present continuous में. Why will Raghu not create new plan? रघु नया plan क्यों नहीं बनाएगा? कभी तो future में simple future. Let's look at another examples. Whom did you submit the parcel? तुमने parcel किसको submit किया? Whom are you not allowing to participate? तुम या आप किसको भाग नहीं लेने दे रहे हो? Whom will you be selecting for the role of president? Okay, it's a very big question. Whom will you be selecting for the role of president? प्रेसिडेंट के रोल के लिए तुम किसे सिलेक्ट करोगे या कर रहे होगे? Okay, will you be selecting? So it's a future continuous tense. तुम या आप प्रेसिडेंट के रोल के लिए किसको सिलेक्ट कर रहे होंगे? Whose किसका? Whose bag is this? किसका बैग है? Whose paper you going to check? किनके या किसके पेपर आप चेक करने वाले हो? Whose video will not be selected? किसका वीडियो सिलेक्ट नहीं होगा? Who? कौन? Who are you? Very simple. कौन हो तुम? Who is collecting the parcel? Parcel कौन collect कर रहा है? Who will not present the PPT? PPT कौन present नहीं करेगा? Okay, so who are you? It's a very rude question. So you generally don't ask this question when you are politely talking to someone. So it's okay. This is just an example of who are you. Okay, so who is also rarely used. Okay, why? Because sometimes who sounds a bit rude sometimes. So it's okay even if you don't use it. And the last set of questions, where? कहाँ? Where do you stay? तुम कहाँ रहते हो? Where are you not hanging the posters? तुम posters कहाँ नहीं लगवा रहे हो? Where will they be traveling to? वो कहाँ पे travel कर रहे होंगे और करेंगे? कर रहे होंगे नहीं, करेंगे. Where will they be traveling to? वो कहाँ travel कर रहे हैं, कर रहे होंगे. Which, कौन सा? Yeah, which was not your favorite subject in school? तुम्हारा स्कूल में कौन सा सब्जेक्ट बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं था या फेवरेट नहीं था? Which book are you reading? तुम कौन सी किताब पढ़ रहे हो? Which will be her most liked video? उसका सबसे पसंदीदा वीडियो कौन सा होगा? How, कैसे? How do you eat this? इसे कैसे खाते हैं? How are you traveling to कश्मीर? कश्मीर को कैसे गए थे या किस तरह से आप जा रहे थे? How will you not complete the task? How will you not complete the task? तुम टास्क कैसे कंप्लीट नहीं करोगे? ओके, नाउ लास्ट जो क्वेश्चन है, हाउ विल यू नॉट कंप्लीट द टास्क, ये थोड़ा रूड क्वेश्चन है. दिस इज लाइक आस्किंग जवाब, यू नो, कि कैसे नहीं कर सकते टाइप्स. सो पॉजिटिव ऐसा भी हो सकता है, हाउ विल यू कंप्लीट द टास्क, तुम टास्क किस तरह से कंप्लीट करोगे. सो किस तरह से, कैसे, ये जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं दैट आर फॉर हाउ. So these are 8 different types of questions that you need to ask if you really want to know the questions and ask them. One more thing, remember, question is always framed and sentences are made. Okay, so whenever you say I want to write a WH question, instead of that you can say I want to frame WH questions. All right, so please remember these 8 type of questions which you will have to ask if you really want to converse with someone. Okay, communication, the best key of communication is asking questions and gaining answers. So if you want to ask a question, you need to first make a question, frame a question. Okay, so make sure that you are able to do all the questions and you are able to understand the formula of all the questions. Meet you in the next session with another interesting topic of grammar. Until then, thank you.